Hi boys and girls, today in social studies we are going to be focusing on lesson 2, the United States and its regions. So make sure you have your social studies book, turn to page 20, you have your pen or pencil, and then you also want to grab a yellow crayon, and we'll talk about that in just a bit. All right, let's start at the beginning of page 20. Pretend you have traveled to another country. When people ask you where you're from, how do you answer? Maybe you say, I'm from the United States, or I'm from Florida. The United States is a big country. It has 50 states, and not everyone knows where Florida is located. How would you tell people where to find Florida in the United States? I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Florida down here on the map and see what's surrounding me and how I would tell someone about our state. So right above, I can say that it's surrounded by water. And I also notice that Georgia and Alabama are directly north of it. Feel free to write down where, or actually what you would say if you were sharing about where you're located. So I can say Florida is south of, Georgia and Alabama. I could also say it is surrounded by water. All right, let's take a look at the next page where it says one country, 5 regions. The United States is divided into 5 regions. A region is an area on Earth with common features that set it apart from other areas. Let's stop and underline what a region is. A region is an area on Earth with common features that set it apart from other areas. The 5 geographic regions of the United States are the Southeast, the Northeast, the Midwest, the Southwest, and the West. Let's underline each of those 5 regions. Southeast, Northeast, Midwest, Southwest, and West. Areas within a region usually share similar types of landforms. They share a common climate too. Climate is the weather in a certain area over a period of time. Let's stop and underline the meaning of climate. Climate is the weather in a certain area over a period of time. Regions also have their own types of vegetation. Vegetation is the kinds of plants that grow in an area. Again, let's underline the definition of vegetation. Vegetation is the kinds of plants that grow in an area. Regions have landmarks, which are important places or objects. Landmarks can be natural or man-made. I'm going to underline that landmarks can be natural or man-made. In this lesson, you will learn about the climate, vegetation, landmarks, and other physical features of each region of the United States. Let's take a look at this map, also on this page. I can see that it's a map of the United States, but I'm also noticing that it's divided up into the 5 regions. The first part says to write a title for this map. Let's go ahead and use the heading on page 20, which is the United States and its regions, to help us with our title. This is a map of the United States, and it's divided up into the 5 regions. The United States and its regions. Okay, we can check off that we added a title. Number 2 says use the map key to color each region. Now, we are going to be spending more time learning about each of the regions. Today, we're just focusing on the Southeast. So let's take a look at our map key over here, and the Southeast should be colored in yellow. So go ahead and grab your yellow crayon. And we're just going to shade in the southeast region. There we go. And we'll come back to it each lesson to shade in the other regions. And number 3, enriched region is Florida. So Florida is our state that we live in. It's located right beneath. And we can see that it's a part of the southeast region. So let's go ahead and fill that in. Southeast. Now go ahead and turn the page to 22. And today we are going to focus just on the southeast region, the region we live in. Let's begin our journey in the southeast. You probably know a lot about this region already, since this is where you live. What is your climate like? Is it warm and humid? Does it sometimes rain? In Florida and the rest of the southeast, the climate includes mild winters and hot, humid summers. Let's stop right there and underline important information about the climate. The climate includes mild winters and hot, humid summers. There's a lot of sunshine, but the region also gets quite a bit of rain. So we can also underline sunshine and rain. Did you know that a region's climate affects its vegetation? That's because different types of vegetation have different needs. In the southeast, the mild climate is perfect for growing crops like oranges, peanuts, rice, and cotton. Let's stop there and underline different types of vegetation that grow in the southeast. Oranges, peanuts, rice, and cotton. In fact, Florida has thousands of oranges and grapefruit farms. I'm going to add in grapefruit. These fruits grow well in the region's mild climate. What other vegetation have you seen in the southeast? I've seen strawberries being grown in the southeast. You can see here, oranges grow well in the southeast mild climate. All right, now let's take a look at the Map and Globe Skills section. Label the states in the southeast. So let's go ahead and take a look back at our map on page 21. We're going to flip back and forth so that we know what to label and where. So we're going to go Florida, FL. We're going to go to Georgia, South Carolina, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana. And make sure we get in Alabama. All right, so double check and make sure that your map of the southeast matches the same one that's on page 21. Okay, now let's take a look at number 2. Use the map to describe the physical features of the southeast. So again, when I'm focusing on physical features, I want to look for any parts that might be land or water. So I'm seeing rivers, such as the Mississippi River, the Ohio River. I'm also seeing swamps. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and put down that I see the Everglades down here in Florida. And feel free to circle any that you see. So here's the Everglades. See swamps in Georgia and lots of rivers. Go ahead and circle a couple of them. All right, now we're going to go ahead and learn about natural resources and landmarks on page 23. The Southeast has many natural resources. A natural resource is found in nature and is used by people. Let's stop and underline what a natural resource is. A natural resource is found in nature and is used by people. Coal, mined in the Southeast, is used in power plants. This coal helps create half of our country's electricity. So I know coal is a natural resource. Trees found in the Southeast are an important natural resource too. Cedar trees are used to make fences. So we also know that trees, such as cedar trees, are also a natural resource. Phosphate is also found in the Southeast. Phosphate is a mineral that farmers use to help crops grow. Florida is one of the world's largest producers of phosphate. Let's underline not only phosphate, but what it is. Phosphate is a mineral that farmers use to help crops grow. So we've underlined the natural resources that come from the Southeast. We have coal, trees, and phosphate. The Southeast has landmarks too. Landmarks can be natural or man-made. One natural landmark in the region is the Florida Everglades. Let's underline one natural landmark, the Florida Everglades. The Everglades is one of the largest wetland areas on Earth. The Cape Henry Lighthouse is an example of a man-made landmark. Let's be sure to underline the Cape Henry Lighthouse is an example of a man-made landmark. This lighthouse was built along the Atlantic coast in Virginia over 200 years ago. Its light helped guide ships along the coast of our new nation. And here you see some photographs with captions beside them. Phosphate is a natural resource mined in Florida. The Cape Henry Lighthouse is on the coast of Virginia. And the Everglades is a natural landmark located in Florida. So what we want to do now, and you can find this as a part of your Google Slides, is after you read each lesson, you want to go ahead and fill in each of the boxes. So when we focus on the features, we're going to focus on vegetation, landmarks, natural resource, and the climate. So let me go ahead and go back to the beginning, and I'm going to look at all of the different notes that I've underlined to help me fill in just the Southeast region today. The first one focuses on climate. Remember, climate is the weather in a certain area over a period of time. When I learned about the climate of the Southeast, I learned that it had mild winters, hot, humid summers, lots of sunshine, and quite a bit of rain. Let's write a few of those down. Mild winters, hot, humid summers, lots of sunshine, and quite a bit of rain. Okay, now I want to focus on the vegetation. Still on page 22, and it's in the following paragraph where it talks about things that grow really well because of the mild climate. We underlined oranges, peanuts, rice, cotton, and grapefruit. Okay. All right, now we want to focus on the landmarks and natural resources. Remember on page 23, the heading said natural resources and landmarks. So I know this is where I found the information. I also have important notes already highlighted or underlined. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at natural resources. Those are resources found in nature and used by people. The first one we underlined were trees, such as cedar trees. We also underlined coal and phosphate. Now remember, phosphate is a mineral that farmers use to help their crops grow. Okay, now we're going to go down to landmarks. Landmarks can be natural or man-made. So one natural landmark in our region is the Florida Everglades. And one man-made landmark in the southeast region is the Cape Henry Lighthouse. Okay, so boys and girls, this is an example of your region's graphic organizer filled out just for one region. Today was just the southeast, and then you're going to go back each day as you learn about the northeast, midwest, southwest, and west.